What's going on, everybody? It's Carrying Zulu here. We're going to do a banner breakdown on the Julian Defense Step Up Summon. As you can see here, I have not done any summons on him yet, and I will tell you why. That is because of my #1 tank that I have in the game right now, Julian Salamander. So we're going to do a little breakdown of each of the other tanks to see where he compares. I'll tell you right now that the moment that you go to Infinite Clover to check out stats or anything like that, it tells you right at the beginning that he is the best tank in the game, and I will be able to help you guys determine if he is also the choice for you. So if you see here, whoops. Thoughts on the banner. Best defender in the global right now, hands down, Hobie 2020. He's a showstopper. His utility makes him the best defender in the support unit. He's the best choice for your team, especially for upcoming tower, where he will really shine. So to go into the tower, it seems like they're making characters coming out here all together that will be useful in the tower, and that will be both the upcoming White Day Finral, as well as now Julius says he is then also going to help in the tower. So we'll start off here with Julian Salamander and look at their stats side by side. So we have HP about the same. 100 HP wouldn't make a difference in any category really. Attack of 400 versus attack of 600. Defense very, very close, 460 to 480. Julius has 10 more speed, which will help. Not huge though. Intellect or intelligence 300 and 240, and luck is both the same. So I have Julian Salamander at 5 stars. I'm about to make him 6 stars, so I'm not going to pull on the Julius defense character, but that's just because I've already invested so much into Julian Salamander. I would love to have Julius, but it'll be later down the road. So let's look at his moves here. Heals all allies in range, recovery, debuff, and abnormal conditions. So that's that support aspect that they were talking about on the front page. Heal all allies in range and recovery, debuff. So gets rid of all their debuffs, heals everyone, and then for his AOM, for a little while, AOM participants are given 2 actions, which is pretty awesome. It's comparable to some items that do the same thing, such as the Funeral Mirror, for a very long time, increase the number of actions, so kind of be able to do more things every time they get to move. So could be very helpful. I probably will stick with my 6-star Leopold for my AOM, so probably wouldn't come into play. And so let's go over skills. For a long time, greatly increase the defense of self and allies, and then greatly increase own hate. So 1, he takes all single target skills, brings them to himself with his hate increase, and then he also increases self and allies defense. So if they have multi-hit skills, then your defense for your whole team is now stacked up. And Julian only armors himself and increases his own hate. So very similar skill, but as you see, he buffs the back row and also increases his hate. And then, so next, skill 2, a powerful attack on enemies within range and a medium chance to apply stop for a short time. So this is kind of one of the jammer abilities. So he has a healer ability, a tank ability. Skill 2 drops in a jammer ability and apply stop for a short time. So that's when they basically stop a character from attacking, is really what it does. And then his skill 3 gives self invincibility for a short time. So all around tank support healer kind of business going on here for Julian. So if you're lacking in one of those areas, he could help out in one of them. And the thing is, I have Mimosa. I already have my attackers going. I could use a support character, but I'm waiting for White Day Finral, so that's what I'm actually holding out. That's the main reason I'm not going in on this banner, as much as I would like to have Defense Julius to kind of close that gap. Maybe even, I don't know how his heal does exactly in game, but he doesn't have a heal on one of his other skills, so Mimosa heals the whole time and then heals with her special. And then, so Fagolion over here increases his own skills, so increases his own armor and hate, and then for a time the amount of red crystals drop increases for self and allies, so he boosts the AOM, and then for a short time attack and critical rate greatly increased. So he buffs himself up to stay in the fight. Julius kind of buffs everybody else up, and then so he's really the only other tank that probably is comparable at the moment. And we'll go to defender tier list here. So as you see, arcane tier, Fagolion and Julius, tier 0, Noel, V-Day, and Henry, and then Mars, who started out our best tank in the game day 1. We only had these 3. Is now down to tier 1, and Rades all the way at the bottom. So if you already have committed to Fagolion Salamander, would not go in on Julius personally, but that's, again, like I'm saying, I'm waiting specifically for the White Day Finral pull. That's what I'm aiming for, and I just don't have the jewels currently to go in on him. However, if you do want to spend money on the game and you want to go in on him, that's your choice, obviously, and it could be a good one. But for now, I'm going to just stick with my Fagolion Salamander arm and get him up higher. But that's like my first witch sheet right there. But yeah, so that's my take on the whole matter. You saw a side-by-side comparison of Julius and Salamander armed Fagolion. So that's what I would say. If you want him, go for him. If you want to spend money on him, but if you're waiting for the more support characters coming up, since there's really not very many good ones in the game at the moment, then I would stick with them. Let's look here at the Julius defense step up summon. We'll look at the summoning rates here. It's a little bit different than some of the other ones because it's been 2 characters releasing at once for most of them. So if you see step 1, he has just a 0.13% chance, just like everybody else. Nothing special. Step 2, he jumps up to 1.5% drop rate. So as you can see, if you're gonna get 5-star, it's going to be, you're way more likely going to get Julius, and then it sticks to the 1.5% all the way up to step 7 where it's 100%. So you can definitely get him up pretty quickly, and possibly even 6-star him based on that rate. Because if you go look at the summoning rates for other characters, so this one obviously they're going to be all really low at the 0.125%. Go to step 2 and they're at 0.75% each, right? And if you're going for Mariloni, Mary Ileona and Fagolion, 0.75%. So you have half of a chance to get one of those 2 as you would to get Julius. And then step 3, same thing. Step 4, same thing. Step 5 and 6. And then at step 7, a 50% chance. So your chances of getting Julius all the way up are way higher to start out with, and then you will most likely, if you don't get him before step 7, go all the way to step 7, and then he will probably be by 6 stars, and then be ready to go right away. So it's a little bit higher rates than some of the other ones we've seen, but that's why I would suggest, if you do have, if you have the coins, maybe just go in on them. But I will be sitting out on this banner personally.